McDowell County is a very large county. We're spread out. It's very mountainous. The hollows, the roads are very tough to go. Anywhere you get to anywhere, about 20 minutes. We used to have like 5 high schools. We're down to 2. So it's real tough to bring all those kids to 2 locations.
I would describe it as no different than any other school in the United States. These kids want to learn and they're eager and willing to learn. It's just they have a lot more challenges maybe than other students in other parts of the country.
The mines have gone down. There's very few mines that are working now.
There's definitely a high amount of broken families due to absentee parents.
And you're trying to say education is important. If they don't get that support at home, you have mixed messages.
At one time, McDowell County had 100 and some thousand people here. Most of it was mining. We're down to 24,000 now in this county. Through the mining loss of jobs and nothing else there, people just had to leave.
When I first started teaching, you were bumping into people on payday weekend. It was hustling and bustling town. Now the opposite has happened. On downtown McDowell Street, it looks sort of like a ghost town.
There's a lot of cases where parents are divorced or there's a step parent and they shuffle back and forth between several homes. There's a few students I can think of that don't have any home situation. They live wherever they can find a place for the night or for the week.
There are a lot of people selling their medications as a way of supporting their family. We're up to 298 that have been arrested this year.
I don't think anyone can truly get a grasp of the dynamics here until you've actually lived it. We're actually visiting one of the schools. A little boy was sitting at a table. He wanted to give me a hug, so he jumped up out of his chair, came over and gave me a big hug, big grin, sat back down, and a little girl sitting next to him said, "Well, is that your daddy?" And he said, "No, my daddy's in jail." And people have to understand that little boy's coming to school with that every day.
Today is the 1st of December. It's a Thursday, and for lunch we're having chicken sandwiches, lettuce and tomato, baked potato, corn on the cob, fresh fruit, and a variety of milk flavors. Signing off, this is Josh Clevenger. We are Raider Nation, educating tomorrow's problem solvers today. Thank you, and have a wonderful Thursday.
Many students live with a single parent. Even many more live with a grandparent. So they come from the households where they don't have much of a stability. So school has to provide that stability, whether it's emotional, physical, academic stability for these kids.
I really like social studies. It's probably one of my favorite things. Social studies, science, and math is the 3 that I really enjoy most.
Trey has always had that internal drive for education. He was read to from the time he was practically born. My husband and I, we read to him constantly, his grandparents, his aunts. He's very competitive by nature, and the competitiveness kind of spilled over into not only sports, but into his academics.
A lot of times people try to put down where we're from. Like around here, we're in McDowell County, southern part of West Virginia. But there's really a lot of talented people down here. You just gotta come and look and find them. And I just don't think a lot of kids have the opportunity to show what they can do.
I've heard a lot of, I guess you'd say, horror stories about Mountain Beauty. And my first day, I was nervous about it, I won't lie. But when I got here, I found that they weren't true. The kids here, they really do want to learn. I just think that they need someone that's excited about teaching them.
What are the two types of mixtures we talked about? First day, Shemeka walked in here, had a smile on her face, and she came in prepared. She was definitely one that I thought, be interesting to see where she can be at the end of this year.
I like learning new things and just gaining new experiences. Since I was small, I was always like really good at school and everything. Like the Beta Club, it's like a really hard club to get in. You have to have at least, I think it's a 3.75 GPA.
You've got to make sure that when they come into the classroom that they feel safe, secure, because that's the number one priority. If they don't feel respected, then you don't have anything to go on.
I feel like she's actually trying to communicate with us, understand what we're going through and what we're feeling, and actually trying to get us motivated to do things.
Affecting student achievement really starts and ends with the teacher in front of the classroom. It's critical. We have really struggled to recruit and to retain highly effective teachers.
We've had a large number of subs for many years, long-term subs, people rotating in and out of positions, going to one school, going to another school, and it hurts the kids.
It was like we lost 2 teachers this year, and we've been having trouble trying to replace them. It's real hard because a lot of the kids, if you don't have a teacher in the classroom, you just have a sub. Sometimes a sub, what that subject is not the subject they're supposed to be in.
In Pennsylvania, where I'm from, I couldn't get a job there, and most new teachers, they can't find jobs in Pennsylvania or Ohio and places like that. But in McDowell County, there are openings. The population increasing,
The pay is pretty respectable. They're all on board until they ask where they can find a house or where they're going to live, and then that's when they usually have a hard time.
If you Google it, apartments to rent in McDowell County, that doesn't exist. There are no search results. I was living in a trailer on the top of a mountain, and it was very secluded, and I was living by myself, and I didn't feel comfortable there at all because there was no one else around, and I was afraid with winter coming the roads would get really dangerous because it was literally on a mountain.
It's rural Appalachian. We're pretty much 45 minutes to an hour away from a lot of the things that people have come accustomed to.
There's nothing here. I mean, there are 2 stoplights in the whole county. You have to drive 30 minutes to go to the grocery store or to a restaurant.
Last year we ran over 50-some vacancies in classroom positions. Right now we have 32 positions that we have posted.
How do you get the word of these openings to the people in other areas? I just happened to talk to somebody who knew someone whose parents' friends, one of those crazy chains, knew of an opening in McDowell County, West Virginia, and so then saw, okay, social studies opening at Yeager High School. Today we're going to be finishing up on our walls projects.
Mr. Gotch, he's a really nice guy. He come down here 3-4 years ago from Pennsylvania, and we couldn't understand a word he said because he had that accent, and but he's talking about how he went home, and they can understand him now because he talks like this.
I feel like the kids and the parents and the administrators are just really grateful and thankful for people who are willing to come here, and I do feel like I'm making a difference.
Good afternoon. Welcome to beautiful Mount View High School.
It's about how we can work together, because certainly none of us individually can do nearly as much as we can collectively. And think about doing things differently in a way that fits McDowell County.
We cannot address education if they're hungry. We cannot address social issues if our children's parents are strung out on drugs. And family resource workers can identify those at an early age.
In order to run the programs that we've provided to our students and to our teachers, we have to upgrade our bandwidth. I know that you have been behind a monitor before and your mouse just continues to wait and you get frustrated. Our students as early as kindergarten experience that same frustration.
Mobility is a huge problem. A student most desperately needing medical attention at a hospital, and the next available ambulance was 45 minutes away. I received a phone call from a concerned mother who, after 4 snow days, was concerned that we're not going to have school on day 5 because she can no longer feed her children.
I found this presentation to be one that says there's a huge opportunity to do things here. Huge. That may turn things around.
Maybe if we had like more things to do, places to go, because I don't want to sit here and do nothing the rest of my life. I play a lot of sports. I'm rarely at home. It gives you something else to focus on. Like, it gives you a reason to want to do better. The rest of the people who aren't in clubs like that, there's really nothing to do when you get home besides just be out on the street and stuff. So I guess that's why people get in trouble.
I think a lot of extracurricular activities would make the students feel more connected with the school, make it feel like it's more of their school.
Taking them away from some of those wrong turns, giving them other avenues to pursue.
A fight at Mount View High School in McDowell County, 1, maybe 2 students.
Every time you turn on the TV, all you hear is McDowell's. We're low on everything good and high on everything bad. That's what they say about us anyway.
I don't know how we got to that point where we have a very negative opinion of ourselves. I mean, it kills kids. I mean, it just shuts the door right in their face before they even get started.
Because the way people look down on us, that's the way we feel about ourselves now. Like, I want to change that, but it takes more than one person to create a change, even though you can get it started. You can't do it by yourself.
We've got to do something. The students, the teachers, the community, we've all got to work together to change this perception.
I love the area. I love the fact that it's almost like it's just one big family. And that's what I wanted to say about McDowell in the next 4 years. That the kids in McDowell are the best kids in West Virginia. And we have students that try the hardest out of anybody that they've ever seen.
People do recognize that we have our struggle, but I will tell you, this past year for the first time we moved from 55th to 49th. We're very proud of that.
We know that we did not make AYP, but we made some great gains and strides in the data, and we tried to praise the teachers and encourage the students to, hey, we can get there. It's going to be a long road, but we can still make it.
And in my classroom, I hope to provide kids with that continuity of having the same teacher a second year or third year.
So I think that's my vision, just working with the community, the school becoming that hub where we give back to the community.
I still believe that we can turn things around and help a greater percentage of students become successful and go on to do bigger and greater things.
We do have people in this county that are determined to make McDowell County shine. What we need now is to get the next generation with that passion to stay here and make it work.
The good students, the good people are the ones that you want coming back to educate the youth in this area. Unfortunately, you can't really blame them for going elsewhere.
After I get out of Mount View, first of all, I'm going to college so I can get a good job. I want to be a pediatrician and have a master's in psychology.
Must be pretty proud of her. Yes, I am very proud of her. Very proud. Don't be missing when she do leave here and go to college, though.
Maybe it sounds bad, but I do want to get out of McDowell County area because my sister did graduate high school and she's struggling to find a job, and my mom has college education and she can't find a good job anymore. So I'm just trying to get out of this area.
I want to go to college, probably try to get I've been looking at biology, chemistry, or biochemistry, and I want to go to medical school and become a doctor of radiology.
There's a need for doctors, especially for the rural area, because you cannot get doctors in this area. But I worry about him having to go away, but I want him close enough that he can drive home for Christmas.
I would really like to come back. I really would. And I really think if we can just get people back here and help build it up, it'd be a really good place. I really would like to be back here because that's where my family and everybody's from.